Ohio. Federation Saint Kitts and Nevis, the state and east part of the Caribbean Sea consisting of two islands, Saint Kitts and Nevis, belonging to the Lesser Antilles. The area of the country -261 km. The population -50,000 people. 2010. The capital of Basse-Terre is located on the island of Saint Kitts. Is a dick of the British Commonwealth headed by the Queen of Great Britain. From the east borders with Antigua and Barbuda, from the southeast on Montserrat. Overseas territory of Great Britain. In the northwest about Sint Eustatius. Special municipality of the Netherlands. In the north on Saint Barthélemy. Overseas community of France. All borders sea. Total length of the coastline -135 km. Official language English. Member of the Union Odo. Caribs were aboriginals of the island of Saint Kitts. Islands are opened by Christopher Columbus in 1493. Spaniards didn't begin to colonize them. In 1623 the English settlement is founded on Saint Christopher. The old name of Saint Kitts. The first in West Indies. In 1624 French. States deemed when divided together with the island of Barbados, the colony of Great Britain, which became for her base of gaining other islands of the region what she was called Mother of the English colonies in West Indies. In the northwest of the island at heights, while remained Fortress Brimstone, whom call Gibraltar of the Caribbean Sea, is located. In 1626 joined French-English retaliatory forces arranged slaughter of the local Indian population, having destroyed up to 4,000 people in the valley of the river nicknamed in this regard Bloody. Since the 17th century between Great Britain and France there was a fight for possession of islands. So far, at last, under the Treaty of Versailles of 1783 they finally didn't pass under the power of British. Since 1871 Navitrini Islands, and since 1958 the West Indian Federation were a part of the English colony. In 1967 St. Kitts, Nevis and Anguilla received the status of the state associated with Great Britain, with internal self-government. Questions of foreign policy and defense remained in competence of Great Britain. In 1980 Anguilla left the structure of Federation of Three Islands. Since September 19, 1983 the independent state, Federation St. Kitts and Nevis. In 1998 the referendum on an exit of the island of Nevis from the structure of Federation and education on the independent state was held. Voted pro 62% of voters, however the decision wasn't made as for the positive decision on the law not less than 2/3 voters pro have to vote. Federation St. Kitts and Nevis, the independent member of the British Commonwealth since September 19, 1983. The Federation is founded on the democratic parliamentary system of Britain. The head of state, the Queen of Great Britain, presented by the Governor-General. The legal system of federation is based on the English common law, but the corporate law incorporated both the English and American right, and uses principles of the legislation of the American state of Delaware. Executive power belongs to the government. The head of the government, the Prime Minister, who is party leader of the coalitions of the majority, won the last elections. Members of the cabinet are appointed the Governor-General after consultation with the Prime Minister. The government bears responsibility to Parliament. The government of Great Britain kept questions of defence and the international relationship in the competence. The legislature belongs to Parliament, to the unicameral National Assembly. In Parliament of 14 places -3 deputies are appointed the Governor-General. 1 according to the recommendation of the Leader of Opposition and 2 according to the recommendation of the Prime Minister. And 11 get out to 5-year term on single candidate districts. 8 from St. Kitts and 3 from Nevis. The Federation has the system of vessels of magistrates and the Supreme Court. The First Court of Appeal of St. Lucia, and final, the English Privy Council. The island of Nevis has own parliament, meeting of the island of Nevis. 5 deputies are elected by the population, and 3 are appointed. The island of Nevis has the right for secession of federation. Main political parties. The Labour Party, the Movement of Concerned Citizens. On the island of Nevis. Reform Party of Nevis, the Movement of National Action. On the island of St. Kitts. The United National Movement. On the island of Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is divided into 14 districts. 9 of them are located on the island of St. Kitts and 5 on the island of Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis, the state consisting of 2 islands and group of Navitrini Islands in the Caribbean Sea. Total area -261 km. The island of St. Kitts -168 km. The island of Nevis -93 km. Forest have both islands volcanic origin. The island of St. Kitts is extended on 37 km from the northwest on the southeast. In the same direction along his central axis strongly dismembered Ostroveshchiny Mountains with the highest point of the country, an extinct volcano of Liamyuga. 1155 m. In which crater the lake is located stretch. The southeast of the island of St. Kitts is represented by the flat peninsula. Height no more than 22 m. Abounding with salt lakes with the uneven coastline forming many bays with sandy beaches. Sand of some beaches, dark, almost black color. The island of Nevis lies in 3 km to the south the island of St. Kitts and is separated from him by the Tinera Strait. The island has rounded shape, practically all massif of Nevis. The highest point of the island, 985 m. And also his side muzzles, Saddle Hill and the Hurricane Hill is formed by volcanic breeds of ancient eruptions, generally a volcano. Along the coast the strip of sandy beaches lasts. Both islands are surrounded with coral reefs. Are most extensive at northern and west banks. And between them and the coast the shallow strip of lagoon stretches. Both islands are cut through by the numerous waterways which are plentifully irrigating their territory except for the southeast peninsula which is dry and covered with thickets of bushes and herbs. The tropical climate of St. Kitts and Nevis is formed under the influence of trade winds. Climate damp and hot, average monthly temperature about +26 C, occasionally going down to +18 C or increasing to +32 C. Rainfall from 1500 mm a year on lowlands up to 3700 mm in mountains. There is no rainy season per outfast. Rainfall is distributed quite evenly for a year. It is similar to other Navitrini Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis is in a strip of passing of strong tropical hurricanes which are most probable during the period from August to October and sometimes cause significant damage. Slopes of mountains are busy with plantations of sugar cane and cotton, above bushes and small mountain tropical forests. Vegetation in internal mountainous areas of islands is presented by dense tropical rainforests. A Yanas mango, a breadfruit and cinnamon tree, a tamarind, avocado, bananas, a papaya grow. At tops of mountains of the wood are replaced by meadows, and in the lower parts are reduced and replaced with plantations of sugar cane and other crops. They are especially widespread in the northern part of the island of St. Kitts, representing flat wavy heights. The southern slopes are more abrupt and mostly are covered with the dense woods and orchards. On the western slopes of the island of Nevis, ranks of the palm trees forming the real coconut wood rise. Its slopes kept more natural forms of local vegetation and mostly are occupied with tropical forests, shrubby massifs and rather small farmlands. Numerous tropical birds and butterflies live in forests. Monkeys are found. On the coast, many seabirds, including pelicans, nest. Water areas abound with fish. Sites: the National Park and Fortress Brimstone Hill, the UNESCO World Heritage Site on the island of St. Kitts. St. Kitts and Nevis is near Sunny Point Townham, the second largest city on St. Kitts. The fort, known also as Gibraltar of West Indies, was designed by the British military engineers, constructed at the end of the 17th century near the coast, at top of an ancient volcano 244 meters high. Economy: two traditional industries of St. Kitts and Nevis, agriculture and tourism. The main crop, sugar cane. A third of the processed lands. On the island of Nevis, the cotton, coconut palm, pineapples is grown up. Cultivate also coffee tree, bananas, peanut, yam, rice. The livestock production is developed, breed goats and sheep. Also fishery is among traditional crafts. However, agricultural production provides no more than a half of internal needs for food. In connection with decrease in recent years in the world prices for sugar in national economy tourism, the country is visited by about 250,000 tourists a year. Production of some export industrial goods and offshore bank service began to play a large role. By estimates, the total amount of GDP in 2009 was $753 million, and per capita $15.2 thousand. The 74th place in the world. In structure of GDP services sector, more than 70%. Dominates, the share of the industry makes more than 25%, agriculture about 3.5%. The industry is generally occupied with processing of agricultural raw materials. The food industry produces rice, sugar, treacle, cotton and coconut oils, copra. There are also small enterprises of light and pharmaceutical industry. Recently, the electrotechnical industry and electronics begins to develop. In 2005, 19% of the territory were used under an arable land, 3% occupied pastures, 17% the woods. Balance of the foreign trade balance negative. Export concedes to import almost by 4 times. The deficit is covered by service of the tourists and the translations working abroad. Export. Sugar, treacle, cotton and coconut oil, drinks, tobacco products, fruit. In the USA 40%, Malaysia 40%, Canada 4%. Import. Technology, oil products, food, industrial products. From the USA 47%, Trinidad and Tobago 15%, Great Britain 4%. In 2006, the East Caribbean states, including Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, the British Virgin Islands, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis and also St. Vincent and Grenadines expressed the intention to create own economic union, along with membership in Uniform Economy of the Caribbean region. Transport connection is well developed. Railway transport is presented by the narrow-gauge road passing across the coast of islands St. Kitts and Nevis and serves plantations of sugar cane and cotton. Extent of highways is more than 300 km, from them about a third with a hard coating. The main ports: Basseterre, Island of St. Kitts, and Charlestown, Island of Nevis. In the country, 2 airports function. The International Golden Rock in the neighborhood of the capital and Newcastle on the island of Nevis. Population -49.9 thousand people. Assessment for July 2010. From them 37,000 live on the island of St. Kitts, 13,000 on the island of Nevis. Annual gain -0.84%. Birth rate -14.2 for 1,000. Fertility -1.79 births on the woman. Mortality -7.1 for 1,000. Immigration -1.3 for 1,000. Is a part of the population the black descendants of the African slaves brought in the 17th, 19th centuries for work on plantations dominates. About 90.4%. Also mulattoes. 5.0%. Indians. 3.0%. Others. 1.6%. White. British, Portuguese, Spaniards and others. And natives from the Middle East live in the country. Official language, English. Among believers, Anglicans and Methodists prevail. There are Catholics. The urban population is made by 32%, rural 68%. The largest city is the capital of Basseterre. The population of 11.6 thousand people. And Charlestown, 1.3 thousand people. The vast majority of the population of islands lives in low coastal areas and in the capital. School education is free and obligatory for children from 5 to 16 years. There is a branch of the West Indian University, technical and pedagogical colleges. Crime to St. Kitts and Nevis is high not only for the Caribbean region, but also in comparison with all Latin America. Defense Forces St. Kitts and Nevis -300 servicemen. 1 infantry company. Consists of 2 infantry platoons. An auxiliary platoon, besides the coastal guards having 5 boats, is completed. For priming of economy of the state of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Fund of Diversification of Sugar Industry, SID, which tasked modernization and improvements of agriculture, was created. This fund is the specialized organization which purpose maintenance of the nationality through investments program. To obtain citizenship St. Kitts and Nevis, it is necessary to make a contribution to Sugar Fund for the sum from $250,000 of USA up to $450,000 of the USA. The sum depends on the number of members of the family of the applicant. Various government charges which make no more than 10% of the main sum of a contribution are in addition paid. There is the second way of obtaining nationality, acquisition of the real estate, which minimum cost has to be $400,000 of the USA. It is important to note that in 5 years the new citizen St. Kitts and Nevis can sell the real estate with preservation of the right of nationality, and also the new buyer has the same rights of obtaining nationality. There is also an option of obtaining nationality through a contribution to the help to victims of a hurricane. Special Fund RFIC. On March 31, 2018, the Fund of the Help to Victims of Consequences of a Hurricane stopped the existence. Instead of him, the Fund of Economic Development was founded. For obtaining nationality, it is necessary to bring in this fund the disposable non-refundable fee of $card for the main applicant, $25000 for the spouse, $10000 for each additional family member regardless of age. It is in addition necessary to pay the fees for check of reliability of the applicant. Because of a large number of fraud, especially on the internet, the government St. Kitts and Nevis published the list of authorized agents who only have the right for work with the Nationality for Investments program. Examples of obtaining citizenship of St. Kitts and Nevis for investments. On April 28, 2014, information that the founder of the Russian social network Kontakty, Pavel Durov, obtained citizenship of the island state for investments into the industry of card dollars was published. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.